Welcome back everyone to Zuma Fan. So we got a couple of leaks for fire rescue that I'm going to go over, along with an image of what could be the next subseries after fire rescue. So with that being said, let's dive in. So I've already gone over Marshall's fire truck before. This is a new image, but for the most part we already know what the thing looks like, so there's nothing new here really. But we do have fire trucks revealed for both Rubble and Chase I want to go over. Having a look at Chase's fire truck, I think it looks really awesome. I love the heat or water gauge there on the side, the water cannon at the top there with the tube attaching to the giant water tanks on the back. I love the use of the colors here on the truck. Where Chase sits, it is mostly just white, while the rest of the truck is blue and red. Great use of the colors, and it's just wonderfully designed. The same can go for Rubble, although Rubble gets more of a dump truck than he does like a fire truck. But it's still designed perfectly to fit in with the firefighter theme. And I think my favorite part about it is the color. I think this yellow that they use here is like a very rich golden yellow, and it just looks fantastic on this. Once again, just a really well designed vehicle. And then we have the fire truck for Rocky, and this one is way more interesting than the first two we had a look at. This is clearly concept art for the truck, but it's most likely you gotta look like this in the series. So this truck has a giant clamp in the front of it, probably going to be used to pick up trees that have fallen or something like that. And what I find really cool is how this part of the truck can actually extend, as you can see. I think that part of the design is awesome, and I can't wait to see what it's going to be used for in the episodes. What I do find strange though is that there's this giant canister thing on the truck, which I assume would be filled with water, but then you can see this arm coming out from the back of it, and there's like an implication that it's like a sucker, almost like a vacuum cleaner. So I guess Rocky is getting not so much a fire truck, but more like a giant vacuum truck. Or it could be possible that it can do both at the same time, because it also has this giant tube on it. So that could either play a part in vacuum things up or shooting water out of it. I say that because you can see at the very top left corner of the concept art, you can see the canister, and the truck is in color here, and you can see in the canister it's blue. So I assume that that is water. So perhaps this truck has multiple different functions. Either way, I am still really impressed with the design here. Next we have the concept art for the Paw Patrol's firefighter gear. And most of them we've already had a look at before, but we do get to see Zuma, Rocky, and Ryder in the gear, and I think they look absolutely fantastic. I love the colors being used here. Obviously, I love Zuma's orange on practically every suit that he has in these sub-series. I think Rocky looks really good too. I think maybe the highlight here is Ryder, who looks the best out of all of them. Since they're going for a more firefighter accurate design, it just works really good on him. And he gets a blue helmet rather than a red one. And I assume that's because like Ryder's always been wearing stuff that's made up of like multiple different colors from the rest of the pups. So I assume that they didn't want a red helmet to like clash with the rest of what he's wearing. Overall, I know that this is just concept art, but I am really impressed with it. And we already got to see some of the models already, and I can tell that the rest are going to look great. Next we have the fire station, and I absolutely love this. I wasn't a big fan of it before when I saw it originally, because it was more of like an icon and you didn't get to see like any details or anything like that. But here you get to see it all, and it just looks awesome. It's just a massive fire hydrant, which is just really clever. I also love the choice of making the outside almost look like a brick building. We're used to seeing the Paw Patrol in just giant metal structures, and it's just nice to see that they're doing something to kind of change that a little bit. Even if this whole thing was made out of like steel or whatever, they still went out of their way to design it to look like bricks, and I really appreciate that. This was an interesting picture that was shared, and it's once again just concept art. You can see here Zuma's dock and Sky's landing pad, and many people were trying to figure out what this was, and is this going to be for like another sub-series or something like that. But no, this is actually just behind the fire station. You can see on the top right corner it says the Sky's landing pad, and in the concept art you can see this little pad on the right there where it says Sky's landing pad. So behind the station is going to have like this really cool Zuma's dock, and it looks like Zuma's dock is going to lead into like a river or something like that, which I think is just really cool. So yeah, that is everything for fire rescue, but we have one more thing to look over. Perhaps the next sub-series. And this one will apparently be police themed. And this is it, and it's just Sky and Marshall, but you can quite clearly see they are wearing police uniforms. Marshall and Sky wearing the police badges on them, Sky wearing this really cool designed helmet, and Marshall's just wearing a hat. Now there isn't much to go over, and this is the only image that we got from this supposed next sub-series, but for the most part it does look like it's going to be police themed, so for those who are interested in seeing Chase be like the leader of his own sub-series, well, get ready, because I feel like that's going to be the next one coming. So yeah, that is everything. I did want to go over this back in 2024, but it was already the Christmas season, and then after that I was preparing for New Year's, so I just decided that for my first video in 2025 would be me looking at these pictures before this sub-series released. So before I end this video, I just want to let everyone know I had created my new channel, The Unheard Voice, and I will have a link for all of you so you can get to my channel much easier in the description. It is going to be more adult, I would say, more like teens and adults. It's not going to be for like little kids, because I will be like swearing at points, and I will be discussing stuff, no matter what it is, whatever that I have seen or experienced, I will talk about it, hopefully, if I am in the mood for that. And not all of it is going to be for kids, it's going to be adult stuff at times, and so the channel is not going to be for you. This one is the Zuma fan one, so I just wanted to let everybody know that so there's no confusion. So with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you later.